full spirit, but they'll go for the Bloodseeker instead.
Yeah, I mean, Razor. How many times have we seen Razor Pango and then Bloodseeker gets
Now
picked?
select your heroes.
I feel like it is actually a rough Necro game. Viper like destroys Necro.
Why do you think they had an instant pick for it then? And it will be the Nisha Pango.
I mean, Necro's gonna do very well in lane versus Tree Bloodseeker. I don't think Tree Bloodseeker really pressures a Necro that much. I mean, as long as you have like an item advantage and you don't get out of position in the lane, you can die and fall behind.
Depends how the off lane is going to be played, because this is one lane that plays aggressively. They tend to put a lot of pressure with Viper and Enigma, so if they're very low on HP, like this Bloodseeker can't get a kill. I think that's the thing. And also I don't believe in the Pango playing into Treant Protector, Bloodseeker. They have no ways of locking down the Void Spirit as well. Like, they don't have instant stun, so that's going to be a huge issue. They also don't have like the burst damage that they can use on Necro, on Necro's ulti, but they do have like 5-man strong lineup on side of Team Secret with the Chen Mecha, with the Necrophos coming in. The sustain's going to be very good. Razor with the early BKB timing. So I think they can still take it. It's just I feel the Team Secret's lineup is a bit more difficult to execute.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think like they can snowball, but they have to outskill in the lanes, you know? Oh, yeah.
We did hear, Jenkins, you said earlier that Crystallis, he has a wide hero pool, but a couple of heroes are the best. I think it was you that said that Razor was one of his.
That sounds really smart. I definitely said that. That was definitely me.
Always said it. It was 50-50 for me. So.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But we're going to find out. Harder to execute lineup for Team Secret. Can they make it happen here against OG, the major champions? We're finding out together with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you, Shiva, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game one of OG versus Secret. Fog. So in terms of the drafts, it very much feels like OG, they've come out with some of the good stuff that we're seeing from them during that major run. Without a doubt, this is going to be a real test for Secret with their new lineup built around Crystallis in this first match. How do you think they're going to fare?
I'm not sure, honestly, because I haven't seen too much of Chen in particular, especially when he's not run by someone like Gaming Gladiators. I think they were the ones who picked it a few times too, when they usually just had this group up death ball lineup. They tend to do that a lot of times when they have this push. They don't really have too many things that complement with Chen. I guess Razor and Necrophos are pretty nice to play with Chen, but the rest of them, it just feels a little strange the way that they've gone for it, but it's Puppy, so I'm curious to learn, at least from the Chen, how he's going to be playing it, because we just don't see this hero much. And as they mentioned on panel, limited lockdown for this Void Spirit. We've seen BZM take over games before on the Void Spirit before, so
no, for sure, yeah.
Eyes on him.
He's going to be rather happy about this one. Only really has to keep his eyes out for the potential dooms from Yapzor.
Yeah, Doom and Reaper, but that's I actually agree with that they were talking about how like it could be a little weird to land some Reapers. Like they don't have the burst damage to throw onto it. They have to like gradually being able to build up onto it. But it does work out when Razor starts to get them some farm, and I think both teams are actually looking to farm quite a lot this game.
Okay.
OG, I think that's always kind of their style. They go a little bit greedier. And yeah, let's see how these lanes end up going. I'm going to be looking at mostly the off lanes. Those side lanes look pretty exciting. I think there's potential for kills.
I think, yeah, and of course that top lane, as was sort of touched upon by the panel, it's going to be a lot of fun to see where we're getting those old teammates going against each other. Amar versus Crystallis back in the days of Creep Wave. I think, again, we've heard in interviews, I think in particular I think they both were looking forward to this, actually, just getting to lane against one another, and what a great sort of setup to do it in, you know, being in the lineups of OG versus Secret.
I mean, I love how that happens, right? Like they actually just playing versus all their former teammates. Should be a lot of fun. Maybe some alt-chat and stuff's going to come out as well, too. And yeah, just really eyes on these side lanes. I think bottom, this one's kind of maybe not that exciting. I think it's more what I was looking at is the top lane, since we did see OG look to change things up, I guess, a little bit. Taiga playing the 5 position, Misha playing the Treant as this maybe 4 position in the top lane to start. Just a bit, I guess this is to give the Viper a better start.
Taiga, is he going to be able to survive through this?
Be in some trouble.
He's got the chase. It's good Eidolon blocking here to try and hold back Yapzor. And get that last bit of damage, and he can't. And dare I say, I think the Eidolons indeed did save him there.
Yeah.
Some nice micro from Taiga, stopping Yapzor from easily able to stay on top and get those extra hits that he needed.
Yeah, I think if he didn't get under tower armor, maybe that extra right click was enough to actually bring him down. So nicely done. Mid, this is also a fun matchup that we didn't get to really touch on too much. It's a lot of trading. BZM's done really well in this one, but I feel like both heroes have a chance to win this one because they both have this similar mechanic of this damage reduction in the lane with the shield crash, and both have ways to secure runes. It's definitely a fun one to watch. A lot of regen trading.
Oh, mid lane. Close to nearly being able to grab Nisha with that remnant.
And Nisha doesn't have his bottle yet.
BZM getting a... that's a slight bit of a... There's 3 creeps coming into the tower, so if Nisha cleans this up, they should be keeping it pretty close in this mid. 12 for 1 against the 10 for 1. And both will be able to find themselves the refills.
Yeah, these, I guess, yeah, mid is kind of maybe just like a little, just this concentrate coming out. Top, this is where we're going to see this is where like, everything's going to happen. I'd be surprised. Bottom, I guess we could see stuff happen if the Eidolons build up and they get this like Maleficent into the blood right onto the Necrophos, but I don't see them really dying. Yapsor also found the creep, of course. The mana aura plus that mana burn, so that kind of makes it even more so what I was saying, where I doubt that they're going to be able to pressure the Necrophos much. But yeah, top should be lots of battles. And the fun battle between this, how I like that they picked it up, is they picked that Viper into the Razor, because sure, Razor can steal your damage, but that magical that you still will push out with the Viper is always going to be adding up.
Yeah, when Puppey hovers around that top lane, of course, he's ready to help out with that passive regen.
Yep.
Now, having the point in the Divine Favor and having his headdress, you know, gives some sort of extra sustain to Chrysalis against this harassment from Amar.
Yeah, and he got a pretty busted creep right now. He got the little Wild Wing.
Yep.
15 seconds of Tornado. Significant amount of damage. He's going to get a pull off too. Just trying to reset positioning of the lane. Christos wants to be as close to his tower as possible versus Viper and Tree. Otherwise, he's just going to get hit by Overvenom. 2 clicks and he'll just get stacked up. Fight start though.
Yeah, I mean, so it's what, a bonus 4 HP regen. Nice and early on between the tower and benefits the Puppey offers Chrysalis. So, yeah, it really does feel very nice against a Viper that's constantly just put that poison on attacks on you.
See that Tornado getting into action. Gonna be able to steal that pull, take all those creeps away too. Level 2 leech seed, so Misha's looking to be very aggressive top foot. That says bottom.
Got the Malefice into the blood right, and we'll get the setup with the chase down.
You get him?
First blood here for OG on their safe lane.
Wow. I was kind of doubting that would happen because of, you know, the mana burn that was being able to build up. But yeah, Eidolons plus the stunts, he did step up too far into blood right.
No, there is.
And he was pretty deep in the lane.
Mid lane, continue to get as close as it gets. 25.
I love it.
25. Both mids absolutely off to a start where we're going to see them hit good timings on the 6 and be able to make those hard-hitting rotations. Both heroes with excellent ganking potential. Top lane.
The Tornado's out.
Trying to dive in for the kill, but indeed that damage is adding up onto Misha. We'll see Christus maybe look at a chance of getting back in. He's going to go for the link on Amar. Going to try and target towards the bigger kill, and he knows that Misha is going to be dealt with by Puppey. No problem at all. So they take out one, and they force back Amar. Secret continuing to keep their safe lane pretty robust against the pressure of OG. Bottom lane, the Bloods. Yuragi still able to get around Ice, dive in to take down Yapzor. They'll take another kill themselves down bottom.
That is what happens when we're having everyone so low on the map. I mean, look, Nisha's low HP. Top, they go for the dive play onto the Chen and the Razor, so it is causing problems in the bottom lane that everybody on Secret is low. Wisconsin chases out. Yuragi is still staying a bit low. But Ice maybe stepping up too far again.
I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a bait there. Trying to get Ice interested towards Yuragi. Yuragi and Tiger, they're ready to turn, they're ready to chase. Ice. He's got one more death bolt. It's not enough to save him. Yuragi. 5 minutes in, he's already picked up 3 kills here from the safe lane.
That's both times that Ice dies, he's so deep in the lane. He's getting baited by this Bloodseeker.
A hot start indeed here for the safe lane of OG. You can see it in the numbers as well. You know, Chrysalis, he's been hitting the CS fine up top. The difference in sort of early action, there's already a 1k difference between the 2 carries at 6 minutes in.
It's pretty huge that all 3 lanes are doing so well that now your Void Spirit, he doesn't feel pressured to have to go to any side lanes. All the lanes are going well, so you can play your own game now as BZM. He can go gank side lanes, but doesn't need to feel forced to do much of anything at the moment. Yeah, solid start right now for the team with an Enigma too. As we know, Taiga seems to always get these early kills. He's one of the few players that I see that it doesn't look greedy on.
No, he's had a great impact on the lane.
Yeah, like most teams, I feel like it's just like, all right, it takes some time. They never really get kills, but they're denying a lot of farm. But Taiga always gets a bunch of kills on this hero. So really good stuff in the bottom lane for them. And top, starting to potentially pressure tower.
It's getting to the point now where it's a little harder for Crystallis to show his face. Anyway, sort of far away from the tower. Has to play very, very reserved.
Especially if BZM's ever off the map. That's where the big dive plays will definitely happen up top.
I will miss my reflection.
I see the rotation coming now. Secret.
Make the first one. He's invis too.
See how OG are. Mr. Mars starting to back up with the links there. One look from the side. Nisha's in with the shield crash. Very, very nice rotation there from Nisha. Should secure them both for kills. It does indeed. Exactly what they needed to come in on that top lane. Nisha's got them covered.
So we're mentioning OG have the 3 lanes going successfully, so that for Nisha probably felt like a little bit of pressure for him to make a move. But now he does get the kick. He gets a point in W.
Shit, that's enough to save him though. The Eidolons and the chase of Yuragi is still gonna hurt. Ghost Shroud comes to an end and shortly follows Ice's life as well. Yuragi continuing to get kill after kill after kill after kill in this lane.
And it's a problem. It's a pretty good Bloodseeker game if he's able to get away with it. He counteracts 2 of the cores of the side of Secret. BZM. Looks fine.
Middle tower.
Able to pick up that illusion rune quite nicely there.
Dire's top tower
Underneath the noses of both Nisha and Yapsor. Did he pick that up mid-dissimilate?
I was not actually looking.
I didn't even realize you could do it. I think he might have. He might have picked it out when he was underneath it. Either way, very, very nicely done that. And he takes it out and Secret. Yeah, they wanted to stop him from getting those runes. They didn't stop him there.
And this is problematic for Secret though. Taiga's already level 6 right now.
Yeah, we'll see it again. Maybe I was completely wrong because I don't even know if you can do this. He's out of the game.
Yeah, got it.
He picks it up when he's out of the game. Nicely done there.
That's poggers.
You learn something every day. That is poggers indeed. He wasn't even there. He takes it away from the 2 of them.
Stop. Penitent plus the link.
And trying to stand his ground. I mean, they should
get the trade.
Misha. He will indeed be able to make sure that he sticks around to take out Crystallis in return. Always one of those awkward situations, you know, you commit as the carry for the kill on the off lane, but you lose your own life. So the real question is, you know, who ends up really feeling better about that?
Misha, that's who.
Yeah, that's true.
The support, the support's like, please die.
Yeah, that's when they high-five each other and say, hey, great stuff.
And he is level 5 now, so pretty high level on Tree. I mentioned before how Taiga level 6.5 already. This bottom lane has just exploded, really. Yuragi's near level 8. He almost has his Maelstrom finished up, even 500 gold for it. A pretty explosive start in that bottom lane. The pressure that they're putting on the other lanes just allowed this Bloodseeker to just go crazy with the thirst.
Maybe looking at the opportunity to dive Puppy.
Looks like it.
He's playing it pretty safe. Crystallis is going to head over to the jungle now. That top lane's starting to get a bit too scary for him.
They want this tower. They have 2 wards placed up here.
This is a scary area of the map now for Secret, with the levels that Nisha and Amar have. They're more than happy to dive in past the tower and pick up kills. Puppy goes down. Nisha's going to turn up. See if Nisha can do anything to turn this with the help of Crystallis. They'll go for Misha. Good angle with the Rolling Thunder. We'll set up for them to take down the Treant.
Okay, and they'll protect the tower, even bringing over Yapstor. Now Taiga's making the move up. OG's starting to bring more numbers.
And BCM's ready to jump in for Crystallis. The blood rides down. Crystallis caught in the trees. There's nowhere to run. Further TPs to come in from Secret. See if they can find anything.
He's so limited.
Side. We'll get them the kill on Yuragi. BCM thinking about jumping back in on this. Tiger step up from the side too. And they've already lost BCM. This is OG losing a fair few credit too. There's Yapsor. Make sure there's no potential of a black hole. Lamar will be able to turn, get a kill himself, but he's almost certainly going to go down as well. Unless Misha can save him. No, he can't. The shield crash from Nisha. Secret. They will take down each and every core there that OG bring to that top fight.
OG tried to bring the numbers, but Secret just brought even more so. They brought that extra +1. Good doom there from Yaps.
Yeah,
loading away Taiga.
The 6 as well, I think, off one of those kills, and crucial that he does so. Otherwise, Taiga's absolutely able to step in and get a black hole off.
Taiga barely survives too, down to 100 HP. A good comeback that Secret really needed.
Now my enemies pay.
Yeah,
They did lose Crystallis though, again. So a couple times now that he is getting slowed down. This Razor, as we do see, usually these Razors, the BKBs come out pretty early. It's like 15 minutes. They usually tend to have them. This one's going to be a lot slower because of these moves that OG's made.
Radiant's top tower.
He's turned over to the safety of his triangle, Crystallis. should be a pretty hard area for OG to ever get into.
Yeah, they can't really actually take towers too easily on the side of OG. So accessing that jungle is definitely going to be difficult. Bottom of the block.
Nice, some good blocks indeed. Puppy with the micro, making it hard for Amar to find his escape. See the living armor. Is actually going to save him? Oh,
it really did.
Actually did. All right, the living armor there from Misha, enough to keep Amar alive.
Well, 9 HP or 8 HP, barely surviving. And they bring the forces bottom again, looking to defend their towers. Both teams kind of lacking a bit of that push this game, so I think we're going to see a lot of fights around those towers early on. Chen usually does give you a bit more of that natural push, but with what he's up against, it's not easy for him to just walk his minions in. And OG's just not letting them either. They immediately react to the bottom.
Yeah, they sort of brought, what, 4 heroes down to that bottom part.
Yeah.
And this is, again, sort of just continued space for Chrysalis, where he's getting the chance to catch up. Jiragi's still at the top spot. Got a good timing on the Maelstrom.
Nisha's big, though, too. That rotation top was pretty massive both times. Level 11 on the Pango. He soon has his defusal done.
Now, I mean, talking about quick items as well, Yapso's going to be pretty happy with this one, right? Blink Dagger in 12 minutes.
He's got it done already. Wow. Yeah, that's huge. Oh, little cute efficiency plays I'm seeing also from Nisha. He's been disassembling his arcane boots and then just bottling up and then reassembling them. I mean, it's small little things. Usually people drop them, but watching him do a couple of the things. But yeah, Blink on the Doom, that's pretty huge. The timing that he's able to get on it, like he's going to be able to get onto Taiga pretty much every single one of the fights if that's the target that he wants to go for.
And Tiger's going to go for a smoke move here with BZM. So I know that, yeah, Puppy's been getting a little bit of space hanging around in this bottom lane, but
he's being watched.
He's not the biggest of kills, but they'll set up for any sort of kill here, OG. They just want to keep the action coming. They'll take down Puppy.
If you can finish off his summons too, it's very valuable of a kill. You get at least 2 of them.
So if they get the chance to put any pressure onto the tower. As you say, not really the best for beating into enemy towers.
Taiga might throw some Eidolons on there, but they don't want to show their face. Can end up turning on them too quickly if the Pango shows up. They know that Nisha is very likely to show up to any of the next fights, and he will have that defusal done. So that's going to be really strong. However, he is playing versus quite a bit of the counters, of course, as the panel did mention. The Rupture, also versus that Tree and Protector, the Overgrowth, is going to be problems until he has Shard to dispel it.
Dire's bottom
So
tower
very even though, 9 to 8.
Yeah, yet to go for a smoke move themselves, Secret, with this Blink Dagger on Yapsol.
Yep. He has
They're
to.
holding back for now.
I think they're waiting for the
here we go.
Yeah, like, I think Nisha was saying, like, I'm 100 gold. Please just wait. It's coming out on the courier. Let's see what they're gonna find. They want to try to get a tower advantage here. At least get 1 down.
Yeah, if Yapsor is able to get in and get a good Doom off to start the fight, it should be a pretty solid initiative to take the advantage off.
Scared. Catches Taiga.
Tiger's going to be able to turn the Malefice, and he's actually going to drop the black hole straight away. Just it's not enough damage at all, though. Yapsor walks it off. They'll take down Tiger, and now it's Misha's got to be careful. He's hiding in the trees. Secret, they're going to try and up for him. They do catch him with the swashbuckle of Nisha. Misha should still be elusive enough to hide out in the trees. The bottom push will now come in as well from Secret off the back of getting that kill. Yeah, but I mean that's sort of just extra benefit there to that move. Not only getting the kill on Tiger, but that's no black hole for the next 170 seconds. That's a big worry taken away from Secret.
Looks like OG's trying to just split up the map here and get as much farm as possible. That's why I think he was trying to buy time, perhaps. I don't think he ever thought in any realm he's even going to kill that Enigma or kill that Doom, but I think he's just like, don't worry about it, guys. Like, I'm just gonna waste this spell. We're not trying to really fight. I think we're actually a bit afraid to fight until we have our BKBs in particular. So looks like OG splitting up the map. We'll lose that tower. And we're seeing the power of Seiko.
Ooh, he tries to get the jump on BZM, but
that was close.
Not quite. Of course, still has the Doom ready to drop. Didn't need to use it bottom. OG, they do have the 3 of them up here. Tiger ready to join Amar and BZM, maybe to look for a dive. As I say, Yapso's got the Doom, and Secret could look to fight back on this.
Nisha's here.
So they can burst through Yapso. Yapso returns. He's able to get the Doom off. TPs are coming in. And now BZM. And are they going to be able to keep him alive? Yapso does go down. But doomed up. His living armor's healing him up a little bit. Nisha's going to get another angle onto him with the Rolling Thunder, though, as BZM goes down. OG trying to get aggressive, but maybe underestimating the potential for the turnaround there off the back of a Doom. As BZM loses his life, only get the Absol support in return.
But they forcing reactions, and look who's farming the entire time. Top of net worth, still Yurok. He's nearly gonna have BKB, and then he will show up to all of these engagements and not feel afraid of the Pango at all. They'll be able to commit a lot harder, so they do get BZM, which is a good trade, but now they don't have Rolling Thunder or Doom to defend this top tower. Let's see if they do continue to try to fight up here.
Dire's top tower is
Hard.
under
He has
attack.
got a full one. Shooting him out with the overgrowth. He's got full one swashbuckle shield crash if he wants to try and get out of this. In fact, he went in. He's gonna go in. He wants to just another wall tomorrow. Opens the space. Oh, just gets destroyed.
Holy!
By Puppy's army. But the TP's coming in. Backups there. Secret. They've got the numbers. OG. They've got to run. BZM's out with the astral step. Yep, so he's in with the jump, but not quite able to get the connection with the stun. BZM too far away. Too speedy with a boost trap.
That's Nisha. He's just knowing how strong he is. Goes and he sees the Viper.
Yeah.
Relatively low mana. Like, I just swashbuckle in, and then he actually has no mana. He can't go for any more stacks.
I mean, I was sort of Tiger just got completely destroyed by Puppy summons.
I thought he had a drum or something too. Right? Like, it looked like they just turned and killed him so damn quickly. But that penitence coming into play. Level 10 on Puppy.
That's done.
Big fights for Secret. And it was without Rolling Thunder, without Doom. So now next time they will have both those up soon.
Is under attack.
Over on the side of OG, how are we doing on the Blackhole? 10 seconds. Blackhole's going to be back up, Tiger. He'll also have the Blink Dagger done for the next move.
Yeah, I'm sort of bottom. I had to go for a little bit of a poke onto PGM, but a bit of a mistake there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We'll try and roll in on this.
Might be able to get a back kill.
See if he's got enough damage. Downstairs. Needs another one, and BZM's not going to let him get it. He's out with the astral step. BZM's away.
He's still vision this area. BZM has to be a little difficult. Tiger.
Oh, can get gone towards here by Ice and Nisha. He has got the black hole.
That Death Seeker did save from quite a bit of damage from the swashbuckle.
And Tiger. I'll be happy with that one.
Dire's
Walks it
top
off.
tower
Crystal's
is
will
under
kick in. It's going to be
attack.
fine.
Radiant are
So
scanning.
they've got the black hole play red. BKB on your Argy.
Yeah.
And Damar. So OG's now hit timing.
This is their timing.
Be very ready to take a fight, even when the ultimates are up for Secret.
Yeah, playing into Pango always is a bit, even if you have heroes that do counter, it's difficult to fight into that hero pretty much ever until you have those BKBs. So now, yep, OG. Definitely do feel we can see them look to fight into Nisha a bit more, but he's always covered too. Watching Absol, he had the, or sorry, not Absol, Chen had the Ogre, so he's been armoring up his teammates, and there's a ton of auras, so making his cores a lot tankier than usual.
Top tower is under attack.
But either way, you see OG, smoked up.
Got some good tower pressure down here on the tier 2.
bottom
OG's
tower
going to have to
is
sweep
under
over to respond to this.
They want to fight. They do. Don't want Puppy to just do this to push towers into scrapes. Ward. It does spot Misha.
Got a rupture in the Absol. To start things, the focus towards the Doom. So holds his ground, but BZM is in with the burst damage. Takes him out. Yep, gone.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Secret has great vision in this area, though. They just kind of ditched the episode because they saw it all coming immediately. OG, they did put down that ward afterwards to try to see what's coming. So they do think that takes Nisha for a second as well. Both teams just have full vision of this area. Crystal's BKB done as well.
Get close to that basher on Nisha. So another bit of a miserable item for Tiger to have to deal with. Yeah, if the RNG's there, those swashbuckles get those procs, those black holes can be taken out at a distance, and even through those BKBs when it's eventually there. I
like how early he actually ended up deciding to go for the basher, to be honest, because not even just, it's like versus the Enigma, but versus these BKBs that are coming out, the Bloodseeker, the Viper, and then just having semi-limited catch versus a bash could allow like a Doom to jump in and get it off. So I do like how quickly he did go for it. He's really farmed. Ace Rune as well. Bottle.
Gonna smoke up with the ults. Yep, so ready to jump with the Doom. Again, this tier 2 at the bottom is the focus for Secret. OG, they have got a powerful response. They have their own jump there, Tiger. After to start things.
Oh, the Absol again.
Attention away, BZM will try to check back. He's able to put the coach trap fully in. He's trying to push him forward. Look for the over but Chrysalis still able to steal a fair bit of damage.
Right back advantage. There it is.
And with the BKB coming to the end of Monroe, he's going to suffer this.
Oh, the root missing completely too. Secret starting to get big advantage in these last few fights. The way that they're able to set up and even Doom has to reset and reposition. And Puppy really significant amount of damage that with his seconds.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a great time.
Yeah.
He's keeping everybody alive amidst the ultimate. And then
He's level 13 on a Chen.
the impact that Wraith packed, of course, the item that we all love or hate. And it's, you know, he's making a big difference in these fights with his presence.
Look at Misha's health, ready? He gets pulled into the creeps and then just evaporates to the penitence plus Wraith pact.
Fights are becoming a lot harder for OG. 13, 14 to 12 now, 2k lead.
And that was them with their...
That's the tier 2 taken down on the bottom. Secret, they got what they came for.
And the 2 fresh BKBs, right? That was OG. They get the initial jump too that quickly gets turned on by Secret. Now taking outputs, getting some further map control.
They're going to smoke up again, OG. They really want to try and make something happen with the Blink Black Hole. They haven't had the chance a few times. Each and every moment, team fight, you know, it's always been Yapso at the front, just causing it to be very awkward for OG to find the jump they want. They'll go for Puppy.
Hey, Puppy's an issue. You got to get him out.
And on his own, and it's an issue that's not too hard, of course, for them to deal with.
Now, it's like, again, do they even have another? BZM is still, I think they look honestly, Puppy's dead. This is probably the best window right now for OG to just look to catch anybody. These auras are really problematic. Low mana.
So what Yapso and Nisha can get it. They know that the two of them, they can take out whoever they find.
No Doom, 25 seconds.
So much damage for Nisha on his build, but they won't. Maybe they'll find the chance for Uragi, but Uragi's playing it safe. Cleaning out the creep wave with the blood right for the trees. Will show himself now. It's a hard jump.
8 seconds.
Yeah, not quite back up online. If he plays around with his creep wave, he may be in trouble.
He's getting greedy.
It's going to be back up at the moment. They might not even need it. They're going to be short, but
it was late.
Yeah, BKB's out in time, so that means there's no chance of any follow-up control.
It had come up, right? Or did it come up right afterwards?
It depends, right? Because he was so close. I think he may have hesitated a bit. I think it was up by the time the jump came off. I mean, either way, it was back up for OG, so maybe a chance. They would have been able to keep the Bloodseeker alive, Uragi, even if you didn't get the BKB off.
I mean, that's huge. Bottom, though, Taiga. Quick blink.
Very good move there from Taiga. He knows they're coming.
Wonder if that ward helped him a little bit. Too, catching the vision behind the tree a little bit.
Oh, and okay, ice. Going the Radiance route this game is the Necrophos.
Okay, interesting. Maybe wanting a little bit more, like, tri-scaling, I guess, in a way. I thought he was gonna act more. When I saw him go for like the vessel and stuff like that, I thought it was gonna be much more just straight utility, right? Like Lotus Orbs and whatnot. But okay.
A smoke time for OG.
He switched the build. He bought a blink.
They did,
yeah. I was gonna say, I'm like, this.
He might have been trolling a little bit with the
Come on.
queuing up the Radiance because it's definitely a bit of a greedier option.
I always try to, I'm always like, these guys know a lot.
He's still got it queued up.
There's a reason, but
He might be messing.
it might be just a meme. Puppy.
They go straight for Puppy. They know to get rid of this Chen at every possible moment. They go for Puppy, they take him out. BZM getting locked down pretty heavily here. Great control from Nisha. Rolling Thunder into the follow-up side by so nice, takes him down. Puppy with the micro sends the summons over towards Tiger. Tiger's got a mile. Well, he'll fall. 4 dead. On Oshiro, he's going to try for the TP. Oh, it's not there. No bash this time on the swashbuckle, so Uragi will make it out to safety. But Secret, they'll get the other 4 kills. And again, this is OG. OG are desperately looking for these fights.
They're rupturing the channel.
I mean,
this is
they're
showing
going all in on Puppy. They're going all on Puppy. They're getting him. But it doesn't seem to quite be working out.
No, in perfect control too. Nisha hitting the tree as well, doesn't even get rooted. I mean, it's a bit of craziness from OG. Like, I can understand this Chen is a problem, but as soon as you get ruptured, it's just like, I love you, Puppy. I'm just gonna click the roll up and run into the fight.
He's having a great time.
Look how focused he is.
Yeah, he's focused at the moment, but inside he's smiling all the way. You know, with each and every fight, it's got to feel brilliant. You know, you're not getting ruptured. Nisha, 4-0-10, yet to die this game.
Flawless. Yeah, his rotation's on point since the beginning of the game, too. Ganking top, setting up for his team to come back after the little bit of a tough laning start. Fantastic stuff from Nisha.
Oh, BZM. Around down there.
He is in some trouble.
There's TP on cooldown for 10 seconds. I mean, if Yap still gets the blink on him,
There we have to find him.
they know roughly where he is. They know that he's jumped north, and there we have it. He's in with a stun, follow-up Doom. That's going to be BZF gone. OG starting to really pull behind. You can really feel that they're just sort of losing control of the game. It's very even up to the early points. Uragi's still incredibly farmed. You know, Bloodseeker is at the top, but overall, when it comes down to the team play, Secret outplaying them as a unit right now.
Yeah, I mean, the last one they had to commit so much to kill Chen. They had nothing else really available. Their 2 supports died without being able to cast a single spell. It's really tough for the 2 supports, really. Like Taiga, 1, 3, and 7, but it feels like he just can't actually find opportunities to ever find a black hole. He hasn't casted it yet this game, but it decides that he can't even get like stuns off. He dies just to like the fodder that's happening in these fights. Necro running in with pulsing. Plasma field coming in from the Razor. Pango spells flying around too. It's a lot of just damage on the floor that's clipping all these heroes.
He has now got his Wraith Pact done, Tiger.
Okay.
Now they've got the Wraith Pact on both sides. Maybe that's the balance that OG needed to have a chance of taking these fights they've been looking for.
Let's find it. Puppy, I believe, has bought his shard now, so one of his ancients coming into play. Level 15 on the Chen.
Of course, as I say, you know, Ragi's still very, very strong. They're 5 around this blood. Last time around we saw Uragi was the only man to make it out alive. Enable him.
They can. He's gone for Lincolns too to try to protect himself for his Doom, but as I've been seeing, since that 17-minute mark, he got the figure name. So they will always have a way to break Lincolns to get the Doom off onto even the block if they choose to.
Actually, the way the last few fights have been going, I think I see that
He's thinking
he's
about
probably gonna go for
I
it. You know,
think so.
when you've won a few fights, you're definitely falling into the way. You know what? I want to do a bit of carrying myself. I'm gonna get this Radiance.
I mean, I was just mentioning how there's so much damage that's literally flying out on the floor. Like, Scorched Earth even is like Plasma Field as well too.
He's gonna try himself top.
He's very dead.
On the app, so it will cost him his life.
Punishment for your sins.
Pull them fine there. Lead for Secret continues to grow. Still a couple of minutes to make moves around Chrysalis having his aid.
They are just completely controlling the game though. Completely controlling them. Now to Puppy, now picking up a gem to be able to get rid of any of these wards. So OG's map control is just going to continue to... Yaps almost has a Lincolns, by the way, on the Doom.
I mean,
Radiant's middle tower is under
Misha's
attack.
money.
And Misha's very poor. He sold, I think, some items to get this blink.
Dire's bottom tower is under
He's been
attack.
trying to get positioning to be able to
Radiant's
blink
top
this
tower is
Pango
under
roll, but
attack.
now the blink is... I mean, Pango has his shard already too, so you just click it to remove the root. And also, like, he's so armed in particular, it's just be a lot harder for Misha. Timings just didn't work out. Uragi, he's 7-1 and 2 this game, but their BKB
Crushing it.
hit by a force that they just, I don't think they're prepared for.
Some of everything else around him has started to fall out a little bit.
Radiant are scanning.
And for, as we were mentioning, not really into most disables, they've really won. I think hit off all the Bone Thunders. Nearly has eggs. So we'll have the big timing to maybe get down the Pango, potentially.
Yeah,
Did he do
he's
it?
loving it. He's building up his bank account. Look at him here.
He did it!
Of course he does. He's got the money now and it's a lead. So when you're feeling comfortable, you're definitely going the Radiance route.
Sure. I'll cool with it.
Gold is a great conductor.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
From each of us, Misha out there, but easy. Misha's out.
Easy for Misha. It will be getting reclaimed. But map control was gained specifically from it. Secret during this time. Continue to distribute their wealth. I mean, they always continue to farm, as we know. They tend to have these 2-4 positions. But look at this, like 10k on Chen, 10k on Doom, 15k on the cores. Like they're catching up to the cores on the side of OG. These 2 supports.
Dire's structures are
needs some-
fortified.
Team fight
Dire's
moves.
top
Big
tower is under attack.
Blackholes.
Yeah, it really is starting to feel like all eyes on Taiga, really.
Yeah.
Even the overgrowth, we had a
He's done it before. The reason we see him time and time again is Enigma. Now, one of the heroes, he was smashing the game with, especially major. So every reason to believe that he might just have up his sleeve the trick that they'll need to get. Continue to fall behind.
Big Amara body now finished, so that switch the Razor. It's just so funny whenever I see this or watching this team because Amara literally they all have every time. It's like
We mark up again. The last few times this has not gone too tough for OG. They're smart.
they gotta address Isha, so they gotta get like the silences from BCM Rockers, etc. onto him.
Radiant's middle
on his own here. Run him down, round him as well. Gonna be 4 dead once again. Yuragi also once again able to just knock his way out of the action. He will win. Everything else going downhill here for OG. Secret, another solid team fight. There's a lot of pressure on Tiger to get these Blackhole. He just couldn't find them.
Okay.
Okay.
But what the? That's not like OG.
It ain't going great, but OG is not the kind of squad that taps out off a bad fight. They'll play on.
A lot of weird fights would say, like, oh, it feels like they really are forcing the. Their smoke broke, and then they kind of like stutter stepped a little bit instead of just all committing. Like one person jumped in, there's kind of down for a second. So Secret just had an easy initiation. So he just jumps in, gets to do PCM. Misha, I think he only got the root out to 2 heroes, maybe the Chen and the Nano, which didn't really matter. And yeah, Nisha, with a little bit of fortune coming back from Thunder, bonk the Blackhole at the end. Continue to shove all 3 lanes, keeping the pressure on Toji's side.
Nice side.
Radiant's middle
Continue to
tower
look.
is under
He's
attack.
top network right now. Right inside myself to an overwhelming blink next. It's showing him up. It's sort of that both offlaners here. This game, one of the carries. I'll show you how it's done.
So how do they address? Hey, how do they address all 3 of the cores being so tense, like, actually pushing out so much damage? They can't.
I got.
Is interrupt.
Is. Don't want to go for the dive. I mean, he dives up. Try to get onto my side. Look, we'll got it now. Yuragi gets the kill.
All right.
More from this.
24 on this Secret now. Net worth to killing a massive top of ice.
That's the juice kill. Get more. OG. Getting committed.
Yeah, but it's their follow-up.
Get the fuck down on target. They take out target. They take out Misha. Surround him up for him. Drives to turn to a quick step. Kite him up. Hit to the side. Slowly forward here. Misha. And nice. Right. Solid buyback there from us.
Exactly what I was going to say. I think that was needed. Otherwise, I think things got weird. Good too. Otherwise, again, they could potentially gone for more chase.
So, adapting to the situation.
Radiant's
Maybe
top tower is
women
under
blip. I guess they'll get a neck.
Unless they get another fight.
If he wins another fight, he's going to turn back to the guns. Back to the fun stuff.
He is back up. It's not cool. You should sure. Fine.
That's a big one. The bash. The bash right now. OG.
That's a huge one.
Huge there behind the biggest. It's a lot of things.
Was that the second rupture charge that caught him off guard? I think it was. The blood sugar. Yeah. I think I hit the 25. I don't think he was expecting.
I think over a sort of 1,000 goal going there off the back of taking down Nishi. It was 6-0-14. First time he goes down this game.
Which goal did Yuragi? A few moments. He got like 1,000 plus gold. Necropole. He got the Necropole earlier, and then he got the 400, the 300, or the 1. So he got like 2,000.
That's a lot of money.
Just these last few moments. Look at that. Humongous check.
I mean, you know, throughout all the chaos that's been going on, he's really been keeping it clean.
He's almost 6 slot.
He 1 and 6. The fights have not been great for OG, but Yuragi's always made sure that he can down with the rest of his team when Secret are turning things around. He's got level 26. Yuragi still having a shot capping this game.
Still dead for 25. Instead. So, he's gonna have to get himself a shard or 2. Pretty much, I'm almost fully slotted, except upgrading Male Bastion, a couple small things.
If they don't take this out at the start, it feels like it's getting to the point now, Rocky. This he's had to sort of his tail and run. He ain't gonna be running anymore. He's gonna be running out. He's nearly at sort of full power.
And I'm actually thinking that Amar was good on this game instead of the Scotty. I really thought he was gonna get another, but he did not. Protect the Doom even to be a big game changer. And with this age of Amar too, he's been living at the end of the fight every single, just standing his ground. So 2 sets of that could be a problem. See, big time.
Solid moves from behind. Like BKB done now on Tiger. So better chance from finding the black holes. Of course, still has to be wary of sort of the swashbuckle and a bash pro.
Add in the Doom.
Yeah, indeed. He's gonna have a chance of finding those jumps.
It's very likely actually now, right? Especially age 2, you can kind of bait positioning and how tanky everybody is with Lincoln's a lot more survivability. So I think Tiger now he does have much better options. OG feeling very confident now. Actually, I'm on the map now too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a I got it.
Down as a third kill here from OG. As OG, very happy with the outcome of the team fight so far. If they can limit the casualties, they'll be very, very happy. I mean, Nisha and Crystalis, they're out and they've got no buyback. So OG, they're going to keep the fight going. They're going to look for the control on towards Ice. Up in with the micro trying to pull back up. Yogi shows his head back in, takes out Ice.
He just killed him with all his summons. That's actually pretty crazy, but
I mean, that's the whole team gone. OG, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there you have it. And that was a fight that started with a black hole that caught nobody. I mean, that's how good they are. They hit nobody with the black hole, and they still team-wiped it.
I gotta see this fight. I'm like waiting for fight replay. I want to see how much damage was actually done. Look at this, 8,000 from Enigma, 8,000 from Void Spirit.
I mean,
Chen did 5k.
That is a rough fight for Secret. Look at this again. There we have a good bit of poke. GM to start things off, and then Nisha rolls straight into the black hole.
Just gets caught with Rupture as well too, and just gets brought down. Yapster couldn't find an opportunity to get Doom off either. He has a Lincoln's up, but that doesn't protect him at all versus this Blood who just gets on top of him. And now it's a Rax, and potentially more.
I mean, if you consider sort of the swing that this game's had now in gold, you know, Secret, they've have some sort of big moves to regain control. OG turning that lead that Secret were holding for the most part right around. Yuragi completely crushing it. 11, 1, and 9. How they can stop this man.
I don't know how he's actually only has the one dash. So many of these fights earlier, he was able to reset away and just run, barely survive.
He's played it perfectly. He parried this game.
Radiant's top tower is
After
under
a couple,
attack.
well, I guess the team was making these calls about like rupture and stuff like that. I think right after that when they realized like no more of that, always be rupturing this Pango, and now we've seen what it does cause. Now, I mean, multiple level 25s too. Bear now has that super busted talent, of course. Hey, even Viper soon, level 25 with a Manta as well. So going for more of that carry style as we do see him do.
I was say, yeah, Secret, they've got to step it back up. These last few fights have been very rough for them. OG, they're getting the lead, and you know, we saw it from them at the major. You know, when they turn a game around and they get, they very rarely get it away once more from them.
They baited a roll in Thunder. And roll on cooldown.
Radiant are scanning.
25 seconds till it's back up.
Lots of money on Uragi as well.
Lots of money on everyone on OG.
Yeah.
Tiger's getting close to refresher now too. He's been sitting on a Philosopher's Stone. He's just swapping the Philly back over and over again.
Misha's about to get a second item.
Misha?
Yeah.
That allowed? 5
Dire's
positions getting
bottom
2
tower
items.
is under attack.
He's loving it. I mean, the last few times he's been throwing himself in with the overgrowths, and it's been working.
He did. He got a couple
It's
good ones.
absolutely been working. Some great bit of poke, as I say, from OG to start off the last few fights. BZM as well, making sure that he's not afraid to sort of dash in and scout out the situation.
Quick blink, puts a ward down, it's spotted.
Now, Secret opting to try and set up a defense around this tier 2.
They're trying so hard to keep Nisha double Lincolns to make sure he doesn't get the double rupture, because that's what happened last time. There was a Lincoln's thrown onto him, but he got ruptured and then ruptured again.
Dire's
Just happy to make sure that it's not getting protected. Huggies is gone.
Oh my goodness, he's more than just gone. He's a bit in a moment. The room. Tiger popped the BKB, he's got the black hole. He's ready to turn up and down. He's going to get straight into the castle, steps into it. Secret, the block for GG. I mean, it really is over. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. OG. I mean, this game one, I really didn't OG star once more. You know, they have so this crazy big game where they just smoke after smoke. They're losing 4 heroes every single time. Uragi, he's chilling out. He's like, guys, thanks for the space. And it really was. It worked out. Perhaps that was the plan all along. They were like, let's go for these fights. Doesn't matter if we're all dying, because that won't affect our game and in the long run. And it didn't. Those last few fights, as we saw, OG just dismantled